Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. I'm gonna try not to moan about the weather today, but not making any promises. Fish says blub, which is quite appropriate for a fish. I think that is the noise that a fish makes. Hi guys, how's everyone? And I'm not on mute. Since you're saying blub, does that mean you're a goldfish? Because this is a question that I had. So I think that almost confirms it. Goku says high score prediction 2-0. I think probably 2-0. Apparently Cliver is out for Bournemouth, which they could have told me before. They could have told me before I made the thumbnail, but it is what it is. Robin says hi. Fish says right. I'm getting really sick of you, Harrys. Why? Like as far as I see, Harry's the nice one. you're picking on you're picking on Harry. Unless I have that wrong, you'll have to clarify. How you doing, Derwood? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Fish has made another diss track. I was gonna ask you about that. There's the first diss track that I asked for subtitles on. The second diss track I've listened to. It's a bit unclear. It's of you walking. And there's a giant bird in front of your face. Is there a third one? I'm curious. How are you doing, Bagwell? Durwood says it's great seeing that trophy with the red ribbons. I missed that. Did they bring it out? Did they bring it out to the stadium? And was someone carrying it? Was it like Phil Thompson or something, or was it Van Dijk? I'm curious. I totally missed that. I'll have to search for that afterwards. Fish says, "Grab your fingers when you see Harry." I will do that. Is there a reason why I need to do that? Is there a reason why I need to be wary of my fingers? Doge says it's so hot. OMFG, it's proper hot. It's proper hot. I think the last day of the kind of heat wave is Tuesday. Today I was in this room playing some games, naturally. And I was like, what temperature is it? It feels like it's 30 degrees. And I checked my phone. Apparently it was 19 degrees. So not even 20, but I was convinced it was 30. Not designed for this weather. This is the team. I hate that they put it in numerical order. I don't know why they do that. Is it to confuse people? Because we can quite easily put it in the correct order. It's just an extra step. So it looks like Allison, Frimpong, Kanate, Van Dijk, Kirkes, McAllister's back, which is great. Sabazlai, Wirtz, Salah, Ekatike in the middle, Gakpo in the left. So pretty much the strongest lineup we could have gone for today, by the looks of it. Is Fish coming out with a third diss track? I can't lie, the whole diss track thing is quite funny. I still don't understand, like, why are you releasing a diss track about Harry? You said Harry was your rival? Like rival over what? How good was is this Andy Lonergan? He was a keeper. I don't think he played much. So I wouldn't say he was a traitor. I can't remember a reason why. With respect to the trophy, no, in the US they show the teams, and at the end they show the trophy with okay, so it's like the intro to the show. Okay, that makes sense. I thought I missed something. I thought they were doing a mini parade. That makes sense. Makes sense, to be fair. Kirkhead's playing against his former team today. In the next game, we might have another Liverpool player playing against his former team. Let's hope so. technical difficulties. 1 second. Jenny, how you doing? This was Manchester City spending all this money, everybody going mad. What's the difference with Liverpool? You signed another player yesterday or today. I think the difference is Liverpool have sold a lot of players to cover the expenditure. So they've sold Diaz, they've sold Nunez, they've sold Kwanzaa, they're selling Ben Doak. I think from sales they bought in almost 200 million. Whereas Man City don't bring in anyone from sales. I think that's point number 1. And I think point number 2, additionally in the last 3 windows, Liverpool have signed nobody. Whereas just in January alone, I think Man City spent 200 million. And they're doing all of that with 115 charges above them. So with respect to the difference, it's about 115 charges. What players have I added on the video? I'll have to go back and check it. I have to go back and check that. Hustle Cole says Ronaldo or Messi. I'd probably go for Messi, but given you've put Ronaldo first, that might be the wrong answer. Kid Allison says who is in goal? I think you're in goal. Yeah, you are in goal. There you go. The adult version of you is in goal. Doge says up the RA. Fish is not a fan of cherries. Eric Lamela retired. That's a shame. You heard yeah, Lucas Stevenson. He signed a new contract, didn't he? And then we loaned him out. Fair enough. It is what it is. Today is Ox's birthday. Yeah. So today is Ox's birthday. And today Leone signed and he took Ox's old shirt. So Leone took the number 15 on Ox's birthday. There's probably nothing in that. But it's just kind of funny. Samuel says, have you ever watched football? No, never. Today's the first time. I'm hoping to maybe learn something. Hustle Co is a Foden fan. Very nice. Do you think Foden will have a redemption arc this year? Yeah, I saw that. Doak is apparently gone to was it Bournemouth? One of those. Is it this team that we're playing today? Bournemouth, yeah. I'm a bit disappointed about that. I liked Ben Doak. I think he had a lot to offer. But I guess the flip side of that is we paid about 500,000 and we got 25 million back 2 years later. So from that perspective, it's a bit more comforting. But I still didn't want to sell him. Hustle Co is from Indonesia. Very nice. I've never been to Indonesia, but would you recommend visiting? Is it a good place to visit? Taster Tester of Life says, how's it, man? Not too bad. It's Friday, so can't complain. How about you? Hope you're good. Presume you're looking forward to your game versus Man United on Sunday, which should be a good one. The players are wearing like long sleeve. Is that, which I didn't quite understand, but some people have mentioned like that long sleeves actually keep you a bit cooler. From South Africa, very nice. South Africa, you have the world's strongest man, Ray O'Neill. You've also got UFC middleweight champion, Dricus du Plessis. So those are two South African athletes that I was watching recently. Bali or Lombok, are they the recommended destinations? I'll have to visit once. People say it's really nice there. It's just kicked off. Oh God, I'm a few seconds behind on this. When I'm like more than 5 seconds behind, I'm like, okay, I better just update the timer. If it's just like 2 seconds, I don't care. So let's there we go. Doge says, what Watchalongs are you doing this weekend? Good question. Definitely the Man United Arsenal one on Sunday. Most likely Wolves Man City tomorrow. So let's say Wolves Man City tomorrow. Man United Arsenal on Sunday, and then there's a Real Madrid game on Tuesday because I want to watch 66. So that's part of the reason. I've created the thumbnails. I just try not to create all the streams at once because I don't wanna spam people. Because I'm already a bit conscious that you know, because there's 2 streams for each video. I'm like, okay, I don't want to put 8 streams on someone's homepage. So you'll see it probably tomorrow morning UK time. Yeah, timer is set now, which is fantastic. 5-0 Liverpool, you reckon? I'd be kind of happy with 2-0, to be fair. I'd be kind of happy with 2-0. I don't think Bournemouth will score, but let's see. Gakpo on the left. Doesn't do anything with it. Oh wow, I'm a minute behind. Damn. Yeah, it makes sense because it's it's 4 minutes past 8, as in the time, but I'm on like 2 minutes 30. So yeah, it is what it is. Ekatike to Gakpo. Poor cross. Does anyone notice anything kind of stylistically different? Kirkes is very high up the pitch. Frimpong is a bit lower, but I presume they're doing the whole one goes forward, one stays back deal. Ooh, good shot by Salah. I was actually getting comments like a few days ago saying that we should sell Salah because he's past it now. I don't even bother responding. I mean, I don't think he will have as good a season as he did last year. But even then, I wouldn't draw any kind of significant conclusions based off pre-season. Testers says, header by Ekitike. Arsenal are a more complete team than United. I honestly think it will be either a draw or a win to Arsenal. I think that's fair. I think additionally Man United have bought quite a few new players, which is fine and all, but I still don't think they've changed the midfield or the defence or the goalkeeper. So I still think they'll be quite vulnerable. Ooh, poor pass by Bournemouth. Leighton, aka Dexter, aka Rollerfort, is back. How you doing? Hope you're good. Taste the Testers of Life says Salah is still good for another 2 seasons. Yeah, I think that's accurate. And it lines up quite nicely because he signed a 2-year contract. I really don't think he'll get another one after this one. There's rumours that we might sell him at the end of the season. Do you reckon? So Durwood says Salah's probably leaving after this season anyway. As in 2 years or at the end of this one? Because with respect to his contract has got 2 years left. There's some mini rumours that we might sell him at the end of this year to Saudi and get some money, but I don't know. I guess it's highly dependent on the season that he has. Fish says, where is he? I presume he is referring to his nemesis and arch rival Harry. He's on holiday. In Spain. He might pop in later to say hello to you, to his best friend. If Salah left, where do you think he'll go? Egypt or Saudi alongside Ronaldo? Probably Saudi, to be honest. I can understand why kind of for Saudi he'd be quite a big draw, quite a big attraction. And from his perspective, I think he's won pretty much every trophy. From a club perspective, at least, he might as well just get one last payday. So I reckon he'd probably go to Saudi. The other options like USA and all that seem a bit more unlikely, but who knows? Oh my god, yesterday and today, so many people are posting a screenshot of Salah's meditation picture, asking what does this mean? It's ridiculous. Yeah, is that the one where he was... There was the one where he was burning the incense. Is it that one? Or was there another one? It is a bit weird. What's he doing? Konate almost scored an own goal. So there's a header by Semenyo. Konate tried to pass it back, but kind of just kicked it out. Yeah, thankfully Konate counter aim. A bit rusty there. Looking a bit rusty. Fish says, what lyrics did I say on Harry's diss track 1 and 2? Diss track 1, I have no idea. I just remember the very last lyric was fish. Diss track 2, I couldn't hear a single thing. You were walking somewhere outside. I don't think there were any lyrics on your second diss track. But you'll have to correct me. Bournemouth through here, but defended by Van Dijk. Yes, that's the one. Why can't Salah just meditate? Yeah, I think it's the sign of the times. People just look for meaning in things that don't have any meaning. He could post a picture of some socks, and we'd be like, "Ooh, what do the socks mean? The socks are blue. Does that mean he's going to Everton? The socks were made in China. Does that mean he's going to play for Shanghai?" People just people look for meaning in things where there is none. Why have you got 2 PCs? Oh, I wish it was only 2. There's a lot more than 2. This what you're seeing here, this is all coming just off one. But I've actually got quite a few. Sarioga says so sick. Thank you very much. Will you stream Dortmund games for Emre Can and Klopp? And there must be another Dortmund representative. And Emre Can and Klopp or Isak. maybe. Last year it was mostly Premier League, wasn't it? And then quite a few people like La Liga, so I'm gonna try and do a bit of La Liga this year. Testers of Life says, what are your top 3 kits for this season? That's a good question. To be totally honest with you, I've only really been paying attention to the Liverpool kits, if you know what I mean. Like I know naturally everyone's got a new kit. I think for the other kits it will be more once I kind of see them being played, and once everyone sees them being played, then we'll have a better idea. I don't know if it's just me, but like with other team kits, and other teams probably also feel this way about Liverpool kits, they just look the same. Like especially Tottenham kits, like Spurs kits. I swear the Spurs kit is exactly the same every single year. But yeah, I guess we'll all get a better idea once we kind of see them in action. The Liverpool kit this year, I really like. I like it. The one thing I don't like is the priest collar. Like, why is there a thick white collar? That just irritates me. Why is that there? I'd rather that kind of priest collar wasn't there. But outside of that, I think Liverpool have a nice kit. But yeah, I need to see the others. Doge says, what PC can you recommend for schoolwork and stuff? Also, normal use as well. To be honest, like it depends like how much you want to pay. But if it's purely schoolwork, like writing documents and things, then honestly, like the cheapest one would probably be fine for you. I would say just like if the scope of your work is just like writing documents and things, honestly the cheapest one's probably fine. Just make sure to back up the work that you're doing. So like if you're writing an essay, save it locally on the machine and also back it up to the cloud somewhere so you don't lose it. I'd say that's probably more important to a certain degree. Solanke's going to lose, says Fish. Is this on your top 10 thing? Didn't I put him at number 1? No, I put him number 10, didn't I? You just want to laugh at 66, pretty much. Was it the other day we were talking about how the Real Madrid fans are already not particularly thrilled about his performances? They're saying, why have we bought this guy? We want Carvajal back. As soon as Carvajal's back, we'll be good again. So they don't seem particularly pleased. Harry says, hello, how are you? I'm good. I've been listening to Fish telling me about his diss track for the last 15 minutes. Fish was also curious as to where you were, and I said he's on holiday, but I'm sure he'll pop in later. But yeah, all good generally. How about you? How's the holiday going? Hope all is good on the holiday. Taste the testers of life. It says Villa, Tottenham and West Ham kits don't really change much. It always looks like the same kit every year, just with more colour on the collar and sleeves. Yeah, those are some good examples. Gakpo's through here, but I presume he doesn't score because I'm 1 minute behind. That's the problem with being 1 minute behind. I'm like, he's through, but he's definitely won't have scored. Verts to Salah over the top. Yeah, I'd say definitely the Spurs kit is the worst with respect to just looking exactly the same year after year. I mean, I guess it's good in a way because they can save money. They can buy one kit and it will last them like 20 years. Rocky01 says the VAR messing up 10 minutes into the season. Yeah. VAR is thinking, why change the habits of a lifetime? Harry's all right. Good to hear. Fish is saying shh. I presume that's to Harry, but it might also be to me. You never know. Did you see the handball that wasn't a handball? Nope, I completely missed that. You'll have to tell me what happened. The whole looking left and right. Sometimes I miss things. Was it a handball by us? If it was a handball by us, then it's a disgrace. If it was a handball by Bournemouth, then it's a disgrace. But if it's a handball by us, then it's the correct decision. I quite like Arne Slot in grey. It kind of suits him. It feels a bit like a 4-4-2 without the ball. Come on, Konate, wake up. Konate is playing like he's half asleep. Fish says I didn't harass him. Harry is harassing me. I'm not sure about that. You did start the beef. You did start the beef. But to be fair, the beef is funny, so there is that. I was a Bournemouth player. I didn't have my glasses on, so I don't know who. When he said boo player, at first I thought that said Ibu, and I was like, oh, did we handball it in the box? But boo as in Bournemouth. Ball hit his arm, raised, then tries to grab the ball. Football is well and truly back. Well and truly back. And Malusi is also well and truly back. Malusi says embarrassing. What is embarrassing? Is that the handball, Malusi? I hope we haven't conceded because I am a minute behind. So I'm getting a bit paranoid now. As far as I can see, Kirkes is just passing it back to Alisson. But okay, that's okay. Wirtz is on the left here, which is interesting. It must have been that pass there where he just passed it straight back. Yeah, that needs to be better. Taste the Testers of Life says a goal will be scored before the 35th minute. So within the 34th minute or below. I think that's a good prediction. I think Liverpool have been doing okay. Some of the passing has been a bit suspect. Bournemouth kind of regroup into their defensive shape very quickly. Makes it hard to get back in. Taste the Testers of Life says, do you do any soccer betting? No, I've never really been a betting person. I don't think I ever have. To be fair. Probably for the best. So some of my predictions are not good. Some of them are good, but by and large, I would probably lose a lot of money if I was somebody who did. Fish says, what vids do I have? You have 2 diss tracks about Harry, and you have one where you are creating a Everton logo. And I think some more. Okay, that's a good pass by Wirtz to Salah on the right. Cross by Salah. That cross needs to be a bit better. Come on, guys. It's not pre-season anymore. You need to look a bit more coherent. Ball won by McAllister. Ooh, God. Ekitike just got pummeled. By the number 5. Is that not even a booking? Boiler Cena says, have you seen the Bowie goal for Hibernian against Partizan yesterday? I've not. Was it a good goal? It sounds like it was a good goal. I might need to check that out afterwards. Bournemouth have been a bit rough. Cena says it's one of the best. Honestly, you should check after your game. I'm gonna need to now. I'm gonna need to. Kieran Bowie against Is that Partizan Belgrade? I'll have to check that out. That's the handball guy. Taylor already blew the whistle. So that's the handball guy that clattered into Ekitike. Football is well and truly back, as you said earlier. Netta says hi. How you doing, Netta? Hope you're doing good. Rio is on the bench, isn't he? So I'm looking forward to seeing him. He better get some game time. To a certain degree, I understand why he didn't come on versus Palace. Because it went to penalties, and you probably don't want a 16-year-old taking penalties. But today there's no penalties, so today I'd hope he makes an appearance. Fish says, Harry, when's diss track? Are you two going to do like diss tracks back and forth against each other? I presume probably you might get a response track when he's back from holiday. Taster Tester says, where you're from? England, just a bit south of Liverpool. You should check the goal at half time. That's a good suggestion. In about 20 minutes, then I'll have a quick look. So Bosline, ooh. To be fair, he tried the positive thing there, so I'm not too annoyed. How's the weather that side? It's absolutely baking. We are in the midst of a heat wave where we're all kind of struggling. It's very hot. Nobody really likes the hot weather because a lot of our houses, they're designed in such a way to keep the heat inside, so they get even hotter. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to the colder weather. SW49R10 says, are you watching the match? I am watching the match. Anthony Taylor is jogging over to maybe his monitor. No, he's jogging over to Iraola. You're ending your winter now. Nice. If you're ending it, can I have it? Because I desperately need some cold weather. What are they chatting about? Is there beef about something? It's just Van Dijk, Szoboszlai, Semenyo, Tyler Adams. They're all standing next to Slot. But what's the beef over? even even on BBC, I said, okay, let's have a look on BBC. And it said, now Anthony Taylor speaks to both captains whilst... I'm like, okay, fine, I found it. And even BBC says, we are still not sure exactly what's happened. Fantastic. That's a lot of use. Fish says, red card for Petrovic. What, is this a different game? In my room in summer, it's like an oven, and in winter, it's like someone left a freezer open. Yeah, is your room quite high up then? Because the kind of the top room in my house is like that. Corner to Liverpool here. It looks like either Wirtz or Robertson's taking it, and given that Robertson's not on the pitch, it's probably Wirtz. Crossed in. Header by good header by Van Dijk, but caught by the keeper. Alwayi 2004 says, hi, how you doing? Hope you're good. Hope you are well. Fish says goal. But I presume you're talking about this other match that you're watching. Second floor, and it opens to the balcony. Okay. That probably explains it to a certain degree. Why it's super hot in the winter but super cold in the summer. The balcony doors, I guess. Makes sense. How you doing, Harry? Aston Villa, was it a handball and should it have been a sending off? To be honest with you, I missed it. I was reading through comments and I kind of missed it. But I'm sure other people in the chat can let us know. Semenyo reported race. Right, so reported racist marks to him. Is that what the delay was? They should kick those people out of the stadium then. And it's like, I presume it's Liverpool fans, and you can't excuse that kind of behaviour. The goalkeeper is Petrovic. Doge says, why do Liverpool fans hate 66 so much? He's done so much for you and he just wanted to go play for Real Madrid, the best team in the world. He was with you from childhood and he achieved all. Well, I can't speak for everyone, but for me, it's the fact that he left on a free. It's the fact that he refused to sign a new contract. And it's the fact that he strung the team along. Whereas if he had said, you know what, I want to go to Madrid and I'll sign a new contract so that Liverpool get a bit of money, I would have been like, you know what, go. I mean, just look at the example of Alexis McAllister. Alexis McAllister, let's say he was a £50 million player at Brighton. But with Brighton, he said, you know what, I'll sign a new contract so that Brighton get 30 million, which is something. And then that way I give back. So with respect to how I feel, it's because I feel like he planned it all along. And I feel like he kind of screwed the club over by going on a free. But to be honest, he screwed himself over because he's not having a good time in Madrid. And the season hasn't even started. Ali 2004 says Liverpool to win. Let's hope so. Passing needs to be a bit better. Taste the Tester says, did you by chance see the 8 new rules being brought to the Premier League? I have not. Could you let us know what they are? And also, why are there 8 new rules? It's a recent phenomenon where in the last few years they've repeatedly added on more and more rules. Like I swear for the 20 years before they didn't add any rules, and then now suddenly every year they add a bunch of new rules. Doge says, didn't Liverpool get 10 million? They got 10 million because Madrid were desperate for him to play in the Club World Cup. So basically Madrid wanted him earlier than when his contract expired. That wasn't like graciousness from 66. Harry says, yeah, but at least you have the best the best right back in the world, in my opinion, in Frimpong. Yeah, to be honest, like I'm happy with Frimpong. I think he's really good. I don't miss Trent and wish he was still here. It was just more, okay, what he did was kind of dirty. So I'm more like, yeah, F him. Like, we're happier now, but it still doesn't kind of change what he did. One of the new rules is if the goalkeeper takes too long to take a goal kick, then the oppositions will get a corner. How do we feel about... Oh, Ekitike. Has Ekitike scored? I thought I was a minute behind. I was going on a rant about 66. And then I looked to the right and I'm like, Ekitike is through. Just waiting to see the replay on that. Let's see what happened. So Van Dijk to Ekitike. Ekitike passed it to McAllister. McAllister with the assist. Ekitike kind of tried to dummy the player. He didn't dummy the player, but the bounce kind of favoured him. And it took him through to this... for a one-on-one with the keeper. One-on-one with the keeper, he sent the keeper the wrong way. And I will update the score, I've remembered. But yeah, 1-0. Derwood says, let's go. It's a different Harry. It's not the Harry that you beef with. This is Aston Villa Harry. The Harry that you beef with is Stoke Harry. Jenny says, hi, Liverpool playing. Please be honest, I think. Average, but they have just scored. They have just scored. So let's put the score up to 1. Oh, not Q. 1-0. Test is going to name a few rules. Fantastic. Yeah, Harry says 1-0. Seb says 1-0. Ruben says who scored? It was Hugo Ekitike. Liverpool through again here. Hopefully that... Ekitike just headed it over. I don't want to form conclusions, but like... based off limited data, but... Ekitike has got something about him. I know that doesn't say much. Dode says, yeah, Frimpong at that price is a steal. To be honest, that's probably why we went for him, because he was cheap. Like, he was available for a good price. Well, that's not the sole reason, but it sweetened the deal to a certain degree. Dawood says, the Premier League doesn't even follow the rules for some of the teams, but other ones is strictly by the books, yeah. The rule that I really want, like Spice Girls style, is if a referee thinks a player has dived, book him. That's the rule I want. And I don't care if it's Salah or whoever. If the referee thinks the player has dived, just book them. That's the rule that I want. Because I'm just sick of players diving. Liverpool players do it. Every team does it. Yeah, you'll have some false positives where players were actually fouled, but you know what? No rule is perfect, and I think it will just kind of not force. It will kind of empower players to try and stay on their feet a bit more. That's the one that I want. If you think they're dive, book them. I don't care if it's Salah. I don't care who it is. Isn't Ekatike a United supporter? Lol, says Doge. Yeah, I think Kirk is. I think Kirk is also a United supporter. There's probably a few others, to be honest. Tiago Diso said hi. How you doing, Tiago? Hope you well. Jenny, who's always trying to start a fight with me for some reason. You said Trent doing the dirty on you about this player, saying they never played for Newcastle again. Alexander Isak. I'd say number one, two wrongs don't make a right. So just because, like, they both can be in the wrong, if you know what I mean. I'd say the difference is with the Isak situation, they are gonna get 130 million. So if Trent did an Isak and we were gonna get 130 million, I would literally drive him there myself. I appreciate this. There's still a sense of betrayal, and like I get it. But I think getting 130 million, you're like, okay, bye Alexander, we'll move on. Now, if Isak was refusing to sign a contract and then joined Liverpool on a free, I'd be like, nah. I mean, I'd still take you, but I'd be like, okay, that's I can't really support that. Harry is saying you might put Ekatike into his FPL now. Yeah, I think it might be necessary, especially if Liverpool don't get Isak. Like, especially if Liverpool don't get Isak, like Ekatike is gonna be the focal point. And I don't know how much Liverpool you watched last year, Harry, but Núñez missed so many easy chances. Like, you wouldn't believe the amount of easy chances that guy missed, and now, like, Ekatike is going to be on the end of those easy chances. Like, Ekatike seems to have a level of composure that Núñez didn't, so it's probably like, to be honest, like, it's probably a good idea to put him in your team, because he also is probably going to be quite cheap. Durwood says, oh my god, who said someone will score by the 35th minute? It was Taste the Testers said, I think there'll be a goal within the 35th minute. So it's 37. It's not far off, but I'm happy to take that as a as an accurate prediction. So these are some of the rule changes. The offside technology has been introduced finally. Before I go into those rules, Ava says this is almost my birthday. I do remember you. It's your birthday on Monday, I believe. Is it on Monday? I think I remember this. So yeah, happy birthday to you. Goalkeepers can't take more than 8 seconds, otherwise opposing teams. Oh, that's gonna be implemented so consistently, isn't it? You're gonna see times where they give it a corner at like 7.9 seconds, but as other times they don't give it as a corner for 8.2 seconds, and then it's just gonna cause all this aggro online. So that's gonna be fantastic. Three. Oh, I don't like that one. Yeah, now players have to do halftime interviews. I don't like that, because the game is still on for me. For me, the game is still on. They should be with their teams discussing tactics. Heck, they should even be resting. I don't like that one. Referees have to explain to the crowd how they got their decisions. That one I kind of like. Something like when you're in the stadium, the game still feels a bit primitive in comparison to when you're watching it at home. Like, an example is like the one I went to last week. If you miss a goal, you've missed it. So when Bilbao equalized, I wasn't even paying attention, and then I just saw it was 2-2. So I think trying to increase the immersion in the stadium, I think that's a good thing. They probably need to also add screens so we can see replays, but I think that's a good one. Decisions have to be announced. Yeah, that also helps with the immersion as well. So yeah, some of those I like. Yeah, that's the other thing. Isak told Newcastle that he wanted to leave. And to be fair, he was being very cordial at the start of the window. I think the difference with 66 is he kind of strung us along to the very last minute saying, yeah, I'm going to sign. That's a good point by Durwood. Isak kind of made it clear that he wanted to leave. Yeah, Monday. Happy birthday for Monday. Is that the 18th of August? Yeah, 18th of August. See, I do remember some things. Actually, I've got quite a good memory, I think. The fact that I can't remember if I have a good memory or not is probably quite ironic. Dortmund fan says, hi Durwood. SH says, I wish we signed Semenyo. What an impact he's been on the pitch so far. He's a lively player. I mean, there's still time. Apparently, we're in for a winger and a striker, so there's still time. Durwood says they're making the game too American. And Durwood is from Ohio, so Durwood would be an expert in the subject matter here. The US has halftime interviews with players and coaches. Yeah, I don't like it. What next? Are we going to have Taylor Swift performing at halftime? To be honest, I wouldn't mind that because I like Taylor Swift. But are we going to have Coldplay performing at halftime? I don't like that. Cena says, how many added minutes? 3 added minutes. SH says, the irony of Jamie Carragher saying Kirkers needs to calm down. Controversial, but like I've muted like Jamie Carragher on like pretty much everything. I just find him annoying. I didn't when he used to play, I used to really like him. I used to like defend him at school. People used to say John Terry was better. I was like, nah, Jamie Carragher's better. But like, since he's retired, I just find the guy annoying. I've like muted him on things. And that other thing, the overlap with Gary Neville, I've muted that as well. That's literally just like posh clickbait. I just find most ex-players extremely annoying. Ooh, nice control by Gakpo. Come on, we can get a second. Salah. Not when Salah does that. BVB says, does Kirkers get a red for that if he's on the other side? Probably not in the first game of the season. I'll need to watch it back. I just kind of saw the end of the collision. How's my nephew Fish? He's doing great. Did Salah get up? I just saw him dribbling. I just saw him dribbling into the mess of players, and he fell over. I didn't see if he got up or not. SH says some good chances. Hopefully we settle down in the second half. I think that's an accurate analysis. It has felt a bit tense, a bit anxious, but we have got a goal. So I think that's the important thing. Epl Lfc, how you doing? Brooks is a diving cheat. Let's hope he dives again and gets sent off. What was your goal, Boiler Cena? Was it Hibernian goal or something you wanted me to check? Bowie. I'm watching it now. Hib striker Bowie delivers Oh my god! Why has he done that? It just kind of bounced. It just kind of bounced, and he kind of whacked it. It's a bit for reference. It's a bit like the Luis Garcia goal, 2005 versus Juventus. It's a bit like that, but to be fair, this one's better. This one's better. It just bounced to him, and then he just kind of whacked it on his left foot. Probably like 40 yards out. Yeah, nice goal to be fair. Should have been a red for what sense he did. I'll need to watch that back. SH said, I've seen a lot of fans thinking this would be a walkthrough. Bournemouth are not a side to scoff at. They're not. They're a good team. I appreciate they've lost a couple of players. But I think they've still got a very good manager, and they still look like a competent outfit. Mr. Default says Salah flop, 0 assists, 0 goals, 0 assists, 45 minutes played. Garnacho better. I was with you until Garnacho better. I think that's when I was like, okay, no, this is, yeah, he's showing that Jadon Sancho form. Maybe we can sell him at halftime. 0 out of 10 rage fate. Taste the Testers, who's listing some of the rule changes that are happening in the Premier League. Another rule is that now only the captains can approach the referees. Any other player will be seen as disrespectful and might get a booking or even sent off. Do you reckon they're going a bit too far? Like, do you reckon they're trying to control things a bit too much? They're making it a bit. They're over engineering it. I don't know if any of you guys work in IT, but there's this concept in IT called feature creep. I'll explain it to you. This is something I always complain about at work, but this is the exact same thing that I think is happening with respect to all these rules. So feature creep is the excessive ongoing expansion or addition of new features in a product, especially in computer software, computer games, and electronics. These extra features go beyond the basic function of the product and can result in software bloat, overcomplication rather than simple design. I think that's what's happening here. They're just shoveling too much extra nonsense on the top, and I think they're making it a bit too complicated. And that's without the aspect of how difficult this is going to be to enforce. I think it's kind of what it feels like is they've hired somebody like a assurance director. That's the role, assurance director, and they're given the responsibility and the remit to come up with new rules every single year to make the game more secure. That's what I think has happened here. They've hired somebody like 2-3 years ago, and now this assurance director is thinking, if I don't come up with rules, then I'm going to look silly and they're going to get rid of me. So I think that's probably what's happened here. Probably a job that doesn't need to exist. SH says, thoughts on Ekitike so far, mate? I've been impressed with him. He got a goal, and I mean, he also got a goal in the last game. He's got, oh, for God's sake, TikTok just killed itself again. 1 second. Turn that back on. It's literally like the most unstable platform. One second. Technical difficulties. I detest that website so much. From a streaming perspective, at the very least. But hopefully that's fixed it. But yeah, Ekatike. I mean, he's pretty much the only one that's scoring at the moment. So I think it's a positive from that aspect. Seems to have very good control. Seems to have an eye for goal. He seems to kind of finish his chances. Like I'm more excited about him now than I was when we signed him. I don't know kind of how you felt, but when we signed him, I was like, really, that much money for this guy? But now I'm starting to get a bit excited. The guy who was abusing Semenyo is in a wheelchair. It happened when he took the throw in. What? What is going on? I mean, oh God. But like I said, Semenyo hadn't even done anything. Not that there's justification if he had done anything, but you know what I mean. It's odd. I have a lot of thoughts. I come out with things in my head, and then I'm like, I probably shouldn't say that. But and it's like, I could say that. I'm like, no. Could say that, no. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I appreciate he's in a wheelchair, but even then, there's no excuse to abuse somebody like that. It doesn't grant you immunity to treat people in that way. Well, let's hope the club does what it says, because the club is always on about kick it out. I'm like, now you got a chance, club. Now you got a chance. SH says, Leone in the stands watching. Watching. I have a good feeling about that kid. Yeah. Super excited about that signing. £26 million, which these days is nothing. And I think all along, we've been saying we basically swapped Kwanzaa for Leone. But to be honest, we didn't even swap, because Leone was cheaper than what we got for Kwanzaa. Yeah, what more can I say? He looks good based on what I've seen. He's kind of very tall. He's happy to join the team. He got a very low number as well. You know what I mean? He got a low number, like number 15. Like typically the younger players, they get like a high number to show that they haven't quite made it. Like as an example, like Curtis Jones was number 48 and then he became number 17. Harvey Elliott was number 67. Then he became number 19. Trey Leone, I think, was 84. No. Connor Bradley was 84. Then he became number 12. But for Leone, just giving him number 15 straight away, I'm like, okay, that's a sign that they have a lot of confidence in him. So yeah, I'm excited to see him. We desperately needed a centre back because I think we were desperately short at centre back, and that's not a pun because Leone's 6'5". But I'm excited to see him. Taste the Testers says, I think they're trying to control the games better. I think the refs are tired of 6 players ganking up on him in matches. The new rules are okay, but I don't think half will be implemented. Yeah, I guess that's the concern. I think coming up with rules is one thing, but you have to come up with rules that you can enforce and that you can implement consistently. Because if you can't implement consistently, then the whole thing kind of falls apart. So yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. Joseph, how you doing? The guy isn't a fan. He's a stain in the club, and he should be banned for life. I think that's fair. I mean, they go on about kick racism out, and so forth. Well, now's your opportunity to practice what you preach. It can't be one rule for person A and a second rule for person B. The fact racism is still in football in 2025 makes me think it's never going to go. To be honest, not in our lifetimes. I don't think it will in our lifetimes. Maybe like significantly into the future, like long after we're gone, maybe. But the thing is, there would have to be something to replace racism. There'd probably be something to replace it, and then kind of the hateful people would do that instead. But yeah, with respect to but just imagine just like waiting like 2-3 months for the league to start, and then you get a seat, and then you do that. Durwood says, when you watch the game back, she knows I'm gonna watch it back. Because to be honest, I quite often miss things. I've got one screen, like I know I keep doing that. It's just like a really wide one, but like comments are on this side where the wall is, and the match is on here. So I do sometimes miss things, but he told Van Dijk. Okay. So Semenyo told Van Dijk lets Taylor know the fan was removed. Well, to be fair, like based on that, I think you have to kind of commend Semenyo as well, because like Semenyo didn't like react to it. Semenyo didn't put himself at any sort of risk. He handled it maturely. You know what I mean? So I think Semenyo is kind of. I'm quite impressed with kind of how he handled that. Hugo looks so good. He does look good. He keeps on scoring. I think he's surprising everyone. Izzy said, I can see Ekatike scoring well over 20. I think you might be right. He scored two games on the trot now. And that's the thing, like last season as well, we would miss so many chances because Nunes would fail to hit the barn door. But now we've got somebody. Again, I'm not saying Ekatike is the best thing since sliced bread, because it's perhaps too early to make that conclusion. But he looks like a competent finisher has a kind of certain level of mental strength. I mean, if he keeps doing this, I think for a lot of people, he's going to become kind of one of their favourite players. So let's hope he keeps it up. Yeah, 2-2. Yeah, let's hope he grabs a second. Leone took down Lukaku next season. Yeah, you've seen that picture as well with Lukaku on the floor. Second half is starting. I heard some of the rules they've taken from the FIFA Club World Cup. Yeah, the referee thing. Yeah, the referee thing. Let's see. I mean, let's see. Let's see how it goes this year. He's actually played amazing. I think that's is that for Ekitike. He's impressed me. Like again, when we signed him, I was like, that's a lot of money. And like I never really watched Frankfurt games, to be honest with you. Like I watched a few compilations, but I was like, eh. Ooh, nice back heel there by Ekitike again. Wirtz with the pulp. Wirtz needs to wake up with his passing sometimes. But I think, yeah, it's kind of SH said there. Is that what you're referring to? The little kind of back heel thing he just did. He's impressing me. And like again at the start of the season, I was like, really? This guy? But shows what I know. IZ said it's never going to be entirely eradicated. Some people are weird like that. It's true, yeah. You should see some of the comments I get. I just block them because there's no point interacting with them. But yeah. That was pretty ballsy of that fan, especially after the Spurs and Tell. Yeah, that was after the PSG game, and that was online. It's just like what? It's like what goes through your head? You know what I mean? But it's also the fact that this is like literally the most like mundane situation. It's the most mundane, relaxed situation ever. It's the first game of the season. Like what? If that's the first thing you turn to in the first game of the season when it's relaxed and it's 0-0, then what do you turn to like when you're actually stressed? That should be the concern. Tasty Tester says, I'm off now. Enjoy the rest of the day, and everyone else watching, keep up the good streams and have a great rest of the weekend too. You too, take care. Enjoy the winter, which I'm a bit jealous of. What surprised me about Hugo is how physical he is. Yeah. I mean, he's skinny, so like that kind of makes you think he's not, all that strong, but he's got a bit of strength to him. So kind of fair play. Ekitike. Gakpo, ooh, 2-0. Is that an assist for Ekitike? Somebody earlier mentioned putting Ekitike in the FPL team. I think they were correct. Derwood says, go Gakpo. SH says, Gakpo. We are turning it on. Tim Janmeyer says, what a goal. Nice little goal, wasn't it? Nice. So it's Kerkez to Ekitike. So again, Ekitike was key in this attack. Ekitike held up the ball, used his strength, as kind of SH was alluding to earlier regarding Ekitike's physicality. Gakpo did his kind of classic Gakpo move. Got a nice little goal. So let's... How am I remembering to update the score today? This is weird. You'd think on a Friday I'd be more tired. But a nice goal. Oh, is that like a Jota thing? That's a Jota thing, 20. Because when Ekitike did it, I thought he's saying I've scored 2 goals. And when Gakpo did it now, I thought, yeah, 2-0. But no, it's a Jota thing, 20. Makes sense. It's just when Ekitike did it earlier, I thought he was saying, like, I've scored 2 goals now. Yeah, it must be a Jota thing, like number 20, yeah. Tim says Bournemouth actually look good in the first half. Yeah, they look. I was getting, to be honest with you, I was getting a bit worried in the first half. They were looking quite hungry. They're looking quite eager, and they were looking unfazed by this team. But we seem to have taken control of the game a bit better now. SH about Ekatike says very nice. I thought the same, but he's proving us wrong. Can't complain. Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that. He's proving us wrong, and I'm happy he's proving us wrong. And to be fair, also doing it immediately. Tim says a lot of people criticize Bournemouth since they lost a lot of their defense. McAllister just hits it over. Since they lost a lot of their defense, but they don't seem to. That's like the best thing that they can say is like, yeah, we don't care. We're still gonna play well. It's a compliment to kind of the manager, I think, regarding how he's got them set up. They lost Kepa, they lost Housen, they lost Kirkes, who's playing against them today, but they still look, they still look good. It's a corner kick. Why is Salah having a fight now with Smith? Is that Smith the same guy who should have got sent off? I mean, if Salah is like squaring up to you, then you've definitely done something wrong. It really annoys me how like on the Adidas kit the lines break for the logos on the sleeves. Kind of irritates me. I wish the logo was just like on top of the lines, but it is what it is. I do like the shade of red. It's like a darker red. I quite like that. Corner by Wirtz. Goes Frimpong. I don't know what we're complaining about. Was it for a handball? Tim says Petrovic for Kepa is probably an upgrade, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, he's a good keeper. Kepa was decent, but did have quite a few mistakes in him. So Barzilai goes over. SH says the fact that all three of our midfields on the pitch need to get closed down because they have the ability to score from distance puts me to sleep at night. Yeah, it is a reassuring thought and a comforting thought. Especially compared to a few years ago where we were very concerned about the where we were very concerned about the midfield, but now we're kind of quite happy with it, so that's a positive sign. I hope we get the old school crest on the third kit. Yeah, is that as in the one that says I was going to say the one that says Liverpool on it, and I'm like, yeah, of course it does. But as in the 2005 one, or even older than that. I've seen some leaks of the old kit. Some people have it. When I went to the Bilbao game, Liverpool versus Bilbao, like a week or two ago, and quite a few people were wearing the green kit there. And I saw like a few variations. But I'm just waiting to see like what they officially release. Tim is a Chelsea fan, so he remembers the time when Petrovic was our best player. To be honest, Chelsea, I've been saying for months, are going to be very dangerous next year. Chelsea, like I always say, even in seasons, even in quote unquote bad seasons, they still find a way to kind of win trophies. Which means that in good seasons, they're going to be very dangerous. I think their signings are good. I think João Pedro, very good signing. Estevao, good signing. They've sold some of the players that I didn't like Madueke. I always thought Madueke was rubbish, and they've sold him to Arsenal. Arsenal, I don't know why Arsenal just buy kind of Chelsea's backups. And I think if they get rid of Nicholas Jackson as well, interesting. Yeah, Chelsea will be 100% dangerous next year. Super Frankie Lampard is taking commentary to the Prem, says CCFC Baz. It could happen. It could certainly happen. Mark says Gahey signing or not. To be honest, there hasn't been much news since was it the PSG game? Pretty much all the news has been on Leone, who's the Italian defender that we bought. If I had to guess, I'd say yes, he does sign. Yeah, like the candy shirt. Yeah, I've got that one as well. Yeah, so like the proper, not just the old school crest, but like the old one. I like that. I like that crest. That's the one that I've seen. Like on the one that people are wearing, it does have that. It does have that that kind of proper old school crest on it, which I like. So yeah, hopefully we get that. The only thing I'm a bit unsure of is kind of what the neck will look like. There's 3 different versions that I've seen. There's one where it's like pretty much mostly green, and there's some where it's like white and black, and there's some where it's just kind of black. So I'm just curious as to what the neck looks like. SH remembers when we spent a fortune on out-of-date Joe Cole. So I think it was free, but from a wages perspective, yeah. I was so excited. I was like, yeah, man, look, we got Joe Cole. Granted, I was in school back then, so perhaps not quite as wise as I am now. Not that I'm wise, but I remember thinking he's an amazing signing. Was it Roy Hodgson? Roy Hodgson as well. That was back when things were not good. Tim says we usually get more than people predict. Yeah, like most people thought we'd get 7th or 8th, but we still got top 4 and 1-2 trophies. Yeah, that's the thing with Chelsea that I was saying. They have a way, even in seasons where that perhaps are not the most successful, they still have a way of getting a trophy. Like they still got a way of winning something. So they have that kind of winner's DNA. They know what it takes to kind of win a trophy, which is a bit worrying because that means if they win trophies on bad seasons, then on good seasons they're gonna be up there. My kind of controversial take is that they'll finish higher than Arsenal. Baz says Sunderland, Burnley, and Wolves to go down this season. That's probably a good prediction. Sometimes people just say make the easy prediction, which is myself included, which is okay. The 3 that come up are gonna go down. But yeah, Wolves. I think especially with Wolves kind of losing Ait Nouri, losing Cunha, it's gonna be tough for them. So Endo's coming on for Frimpong. Robertson's coming on for Kirkes. we're changing the fullbacks. If Endo's coming on for Frimpong, do we think Szoboszlai is gonna be right back, and Endo's gonna go in midfield? Because I think that's what he did last time. Yeah, the Japanese wall enters the pitch, so nobody's getting past the Great Wall of Japan, which is superior to the Great Wall of China. Tim says, I think we're in a good position where we've got the quality to win big, but there isn't much pressure like Liverpool and Man City. That helps as well. When there's kind of no pressure on you, and there's kind of less expectation, I think that definitely helps. compared to when kind of everyone expects you to win, then it just makes things a bit more anxious. It makes things a bit more tense. And also other teams will perhaps not go as defensive. So that makes it perhaps a bit easier to do what you need. Ooh, good tackle by McAllister. I don't know why that's a corner though. I felt like McAllister played it off his foot. David accurately describing pretty much every footballer with overpaid, overrated. I'm really excited for this season, especially when Maresca really has what he needs. It should. I think it should be a good season. I'm even kind of planning to watch more of it than perhaps have done in kind of previous seasons. Just curious to kind of see how all these teams do. Ooh, Wirtz just hits it wide. I'd feel like a centre back now that Levi Colwell is injured. Yeah, I think he got kind of quite a serious injury, didn't he? Was it ACL? Yeah, so yeah, you'd probably want to get a centre back in. Jenny says get in 2-1. It's still 2-0 on mine, but you might be ahead of me. Ah, okay. Now we're being countered. Yeah, I see it now. Semenyo again. I mean, Semenyo's been dangerous. But look, this happened after we took the fullbacks off. So there's a giant kind of gap. It's 3 versus 3 at the back. And then just kind of a low cross about along the floor. Yeah, they need to they need to do better than that. But it is quite kind of funny that happens immediately after they take the fullbacks off. Yeah, is that Semenyo? Get Semenyo at Liverpool. McAllister to Szoboszlai. Salah trying the cross from deep, but it's cleared out. Maresca said that in his last press conference, so it's possible. Is this the about getting a defender in? It wouldn't surprise me, because is Colwell a starter? I think Colwell is a starter, so if he's out, you probably need some sort of cover. It's a corner now to Liverpool. Wirtz to McAllister. Wirtz along the floor, goes to McAllister. Salah to Verts. Saved. Jenny says, sorry, tell you the score, didn't know. That's fine. It's alright. He's just in the right place every time. Yeah, he is. He's looked very dangerous. Tim says, Maresca said that he communicated with the club that he wanted the centre back. Okay. Who's available? Who's kind of available on the market? There's like Gonzalo Inacio, maybe maybe he's an option. Yeah. That looked pretty painful. I quite like the boots that Kanate is wearing. Tim says, I've got no idea, but Tosin and Fofana aren't players to go deep in the Champions League, not gonna lie. I hear ya. Fofana was quite expensive. Is that Wesley Fofana? But it just doesn't seem to have worked out for him. So yeah, I'd kind of understand wanting to get somebody in. Alisson with the long goal kick to Salah. Salah can't do much when he's got 2 players on him. I don't know if he looked like he was just onside there. Is that what Kanate is wearing? Under Armour boots. Oh, Endo fluffed that up. So it does look like Endo at right back. Why take Frimpong off for a midfielder? I thought Szoboszlai might go right back and Endo might play midfield. Opportunity to counter here. But Robertson falls over. Fofana didn't work out, but there are rumours that Maresca wants to try and use him again. Has Maresca had much opportunity to work with Fofana, or has he been injured? You know what I mean? Like has he had an opportunity to kind of coach him and maybe get the best out of him? Because Fofana was a really, really highly regarded player before he joined. Verts to Szoboszlai. Gravenberch. Not Gravenberch, Gakpo. Gravenberch is not played. Jenny says you need this player ASAP. Mark Gahey. I wouldn't mind him. I think he can also play right back, can't he? I think. So I mean, being able to play multiple positions is always a positive. Early last season, Fofana played but got injured, if I'm not mistaken. That sounds about right. So maybe there's hope there that kind of Maresca can coach him and develop him into a starter. How you doing, Christian? Hope you're good. Hope all is well in Como. Ooh, Bournemouth through. Clear the ball. Kanate is wearing Under Armour. Okay, well they look pretty nice. Would love to see some Federico Chiesa. I'd love to see a bit of Rio, but I wouldn't mind a bit of Federico. Rio on for Gakpo maybe. Tim hopes Lavia gets play time because I'm sure Maresca likes him. Yeah, that linesman is proper short. But yeah, no, Lavia looks especially last season. At certain times, Lavia looked amazing. Ekatike is coming off and McAllister's coming off. We're bringing off Ekatike for... Is this like a bit too defensive? I mean, what's the shape gonna look like? So if Ekatike is off, who's going up front? Well, I guess we'll find out. Okay, the formation has changed a bit. Gomez is right back. Endo's in the middle. Maybe Sabazla is playing false nine, maybe? Robertson's up front. What? No, that's just got to be... I think he's just... Yeah, it looks like it's Sabazla. Okay. Happy Gomez is back. Me too. We missed his versatility. Yeah, SH is saying the same thing. Why is he going so defensive? I can't get my head around this either. Those are proper defensive substitutions. Leone is good. This is Giovanni Leone. Good to hear. He signed today. I think we paid £26 million. Very highly regarded. Tim is Belgian, and a Belgian pundit said if Lavia is fit, he's the best number 6 in the world. Lavia is very good. He's pretty much got everything in his game. So I think he's definitely in the conversation, especially for the price. Like he didn't really cost that much money in the end, like 50 million these days, which is not much. SH said a Wirtz false 9. It could be. It looks like kind of Wirtz and Sabazlai double 10, which is something that slot does sometimes. I mean, to be honest, Gakpo's gone into midfield. So Gakpo's on the left side of midfield. Wirtz is playing left wing. And Sabazlai is playing striker. Okay. LFC Moose says, look so nervous. Yes, that's the word I was looking for earlier. I couldn't think of the word. I was like, we just look a bit anxious, but no, nervous, yeah. Yeah, losing quite a few duels across the pitch, and also a few too many kind of wayward passes that end up going nowhere. I hope Lavia's got a good season so we can use him in the World Cup. Makes sense, I think. He'd surely go straight into the Belgian team. Wirtz wins the ball back. Endo, Wirtz, Sabazlai, okay, being a bit safer with the ball. Hugo Ekitike, who's in the chat now after coming off the pitch. Says Eze would have been a cheaper option for Morgan Rogers. Or Morgan Rogers for that cam position. They're countering again. They're countering again. They just look so fragile at the back. Whenever anybody counters, they just get super nervous. The thing is, they deserve this for going so defensive. This is kind of deserved for kind of going so defensive. Can't wait for the Onana and Lavia link up. Me too. SH says, wow, absolute class. Just kind of trying to see what happens. So Salah had the ball. Again, they just kind of get countered. But like Liverpool's players, they're too slow to kind of get back. They're too slow to get back. And then Bournemouth counter. And the thing is now, it's like, how are you gonna score? Because you've made the team too defensive. You've just made the team too defensive. Hugo Ekitike says, did Joe Gomez come on for Frimpong? No, I think Endo came on for Frimpong, and then I think Gomez came on later. Liverpool is acting very Spursy. Yeah, it's just committing too many players forward, and then just kind of getting beaten on the break. And the thing is with Semenyo, like he's rapid, and you've got like Endo and Jones trying to kind of chase Semenyo, and they're just not fast enough. Morgan Rogers, Eze, Smith Rowe, rank those three. Probably Eze, Morgan Rogers, Smith Rowe. Yeah, it was a good goal, to be fair. Just got like torn apart on the counter attack. Free kick here. Verts to Van Dijk. How you doing, Boris? Says Nico Paz deserves a better team. SH says, what were you thinking? Kanata has been absolutely awful. Yeah, it wasn't good. I think especially how he just kind of fell over. The only kind of hope they've got now, I think, is if Bournemouth now do what Liverpool were trying to do in terms of kind of trying to preserve the lead and go defensive. Jones to Sabazlai. Hits it wide. IZ says Slot made a mess of this for me. Yeah, the substitutions were bizarre. They were far too defensive. The team kind of needs pace up front. Like, I like Joe Gomez and Endo as players, but it didn't make sense to bring them on at that time. See, that's a bit better. When they're defending now, they've got an extra player back. He's bringing Chiesa on, I think, which is interesting. Yeah, he does. He does need to wake up a bit. Chiesa's coming on, which is nice, but I want to see Rio. How you doing, Zaim? Zaim says he did the same substitution error during the Community Shield. Where's Chiesa for Ekitike instead? Yeah, I think just kind of going defensive a bit too early is bizarre. The thing is that there's no point kind of repeatedly playing it to Salah because Bournemouth know that you're gonna do that. Yeah, Chiesa's on the pitch now, which is nice, but like I feel like Chiesa should have been on the pitch, or an attacker, Chiesa or Rio, kind of should have been on the pitch like 10 minutes ago. SH says the Italian stallion will win it for us. Let's hope so. Abdul Aziz Hamid Khan says hi. How you doing? Hope you are good. Robertson's complaining about something. Yeah, Salah's not had his best game. Equally, like I feel like he's kind of been targeted by Bournemouth, but like Bournemouth are allowed to do that. So if Bournemouth have like 4 players around him, or not 4, like 2 or 3 players around him, make use of the space on the left side. Cengiz says my eyes no good. That's okay. I'll try and update you the best I can. Hugo says we want 3 points, not 1. That is true. For a home game, you want to be winning it. Is it the end of the world if they don't win it? No, but equally, it's not a good thing. Equally, it does feel like a bit like gaslighting if you say, it's fine. I mean, it is, but like equally, you'd rather win, especially if it's a home game. They need to bring on Rio, man. Nobody has scored more against Bournemouth than Salah. They're gatekeeping him. Yeah, they're getting a lot of players around him, which I kind of understand. Yeah, Cengiz is saying you can't read the comments, but you can hear, which is good enough. Durwood says, didn't we draw our first game last season? Possibly. I'd have to look that up. Wednesday says, are you watching without sound? No headphones? I am watching without sound. We've already used 5 subs in the 3 windows. So there's not gonna be Rio today. Amy says, not liking this game one bit. Defense is the same from pre-season. We need to sort it out if we expect to be in a race for the title. Yeah, I can understand kind of mistakes happening, but like when the same thing happens on multiple occasions, then it gets a bit annoying. Like you know what Bournemouth are gonna do. They're gonna sit back and they're gonna hit you on the counter with Semenyo because he's got a lot of pace, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's literally what they're gonna do. But to be kind of unprepared for that is a bit annoying. I'm liking this, Jenny. You say 3-2 Liverpool gutted. All I can see is a Szoboszlai free kick. Robertson crosses it in. All I can see is the ball bouncing around. All you guys are ahead of me. Fish is saying there's a goal. Amy's saying there's a goal. Durwood saying there's a goal. Hugo Ekitike saying there's a goal. SH, I'm not gonna look. I'm not looking at the comments. I'm waiting to see it. I've still not had a damn goal. There you go. Chiesa with the volley. I'm like watching. All I can see the ball bouncing around with the right eye, and from the left eye I can just see goal. I'm like, I don't see any goal. But somebody, was it SH that called it earlier? Yeah, you did call it. Fair play. Was it? It looked like a volley. So kind of Alisson with the long ball to Szoboszlai. Nice control. Salah with the cross. Chiesa with the volley goal. As Durwood says, Chiesa to the rescue. Yeah, 100%. Does that mean he's staying now? Because I want him to stay. Amy says, yes, Chiesa. Hugo says, wow, Chiesa. SH says, goosebumps, man. Charlie says, told you. Chiesa needs more game time on the left wing. SH says, wow. Whenever you say wow, Semenyo scores. Jenny's gutted, which is fantastic. What a peach, says SH. Yuna Tunkasanli, is that a player? That sounds familiar. Amy says, nah, defense needs to sort it out. Yeah, just need to hold on. How many minutes of injury time? Hugo saying, bring in Mark Gahey. It's necessary at this point. Amy says, yeah, he'll stay unless we find a backup. But I'd be happy to keep him. Yeah, I mean he's been the difference maker today, and kind of for a lot of last season, I was saying, or a lot of people were saying, he hadn't been given a chance. Give the guy a chance. So we've given him a chance today, and he's delivered. Chiesa is staying since we lost Jota, Nunes, and Diaz both left. Yeah. it makes sense to keep him because, like, even if you were to sell him, you'd get like what, like 10, 15 million, which is nothing. You might as well just keep him, I think. Might as well just keep him. Hugo says, you heard the Frimpong Chang? I haven't. I've got this on mute, but I'll have to listen to that afterwards. Cengiz says, Chelsea play another level. Chelsea are going to be dangerous this year. My controversial take is that they'll finish higher than Arsenal. Amy says we can hear them crying in Turin. Federico, he's here doing. I love that. 6 minutes. 6 minutes, man. Can we hold on for that long? How are we feeling about 6 minutes? Hugo still misses Jota. Yeah, I think everyone will miss him. What I like is, like, in the dressing room, they've not, they've got the names above the where the players get dressed. Like Jota's one is still there. I didn't realize horse colouring is allowed in football. Anfield is bouncing, says Amy. 4 now, yeah, 4 for me as well. Mukayo Jonathan says hi. How are you, Jonathan? Or Mukayo. Hope you're well. Zaim says, what a game. Chelsea will help Leone. Yeah, that's another benefit to keeping Chiesa. Help his fellow Italian settle in. Oh, it's like Jeremy. Okay, I see. That's quite good. What do you think about that handball, says Amy? To be honest, I missed it. I'll need to go back to say it. Whenever Jenny is depressed about something, it's positive. Jenny is the generational hater who I think secretly loves me really, but generationally hates Liverpool. So if Jenny's saying 4-2, I think Jenny is like ahead of everyone. Jenny's stream, I think, is the furthest ahead. Durwood, Amy, Hugo Ekitike, their stream's in the middle. My stream and SH's stream, I think, are far behind. You guys are celebrating a goal. Wool, the goalkeeper, says, if Salah don't score, it would be 8 years since he hasn't scored in an opening game. Well, I'm just going to leave that up, given some of the comments I can see at the bottom. Given some of the comments I can see... some of the comments I can see at the bottom. And he's just scored. So I don't think... I think we're good. I think we're good, guys. We can breathe a sigh of relief. Amy says, yes, 4-2. Salah doing the Jota celebration. Dawood saying Salah. Amy saying Salah. Jenny saying gutted. I like you, mate. Just football banter. That's good enough for me. I appreciate that. Ekatike saying Salah. Ekatike saying Salah with the crying emojis. Yeah, my second half just started. That's how delayed I am. It's ironic. This game is being played like a few miles down the road from me, but it's delayed for me. Whereas Durwood is like 3,000 miles away, and it's quicker for her. I think I said that before. It's just kind of funny. Did I miss the Jota memory in the kit? Apparently, it's like a little thing like at the bottom. Liverpool on the break again, but there's nobody saying 5-2, so I don't think anything's happened. I think it's like at the bottom, like I'm trying to pull the shirt up, but like on this bit, like over there. I think it's over there. Amy says, I said it would be 3-2 or 4-2. Knew our defense would be a bit of an issue. I think I predicted 2-0, so you clearly know more than I do. Hugo Ekatike said, oh, he's done it. Thank you for tweeting from the bench. I can see you over there, and I can see you sitting on the bench there. I can see you saying, oh, he's done it. Top of the league, 7-2. Oh, I don't think I'm that far behind. Jenny says, what do you think of Bournemouth in talks to sign Ben Doak? Full time for me just now. The thing is, I really like Ben Doak. I think his dribbling ability is the likes of which I've never seen. Granted, his final ball is not there, but I would have kept him. I understand why they're selling him. We got him for 500k. We're selling him for 25 million. But I hope there's a buyback clause. A bit of a stressful game. It was a bit of a stressful game, especially towards the end. I was getting a bit annoyed. I typically don't get that annoyed. SH says, fair play. Slot ball shut me up. I said 2-1 to be fair. We just need to double your score. If it's any consolation, the ratio within your score is accurate as to the ratio of the score that actually happened. Rio Ngamoa is better than Ben Doak, says Hugo Ekatike. Rio Ngamoa is amazing. I wanted him to come on today. We won 4-2. We do not deserve a 4-2. A 3-2 I could understand. Scottish Messi, Ben Doak. I'm buzzing for Chiesa getting a goal. You can see he's buzzing. You can. He looks so happy. Which makes us happy, right? That was Liverpool are still on top, yeah? Does that mean Arsenal are in second? Because Arsenal begin with A, right? AR. Are Arsenal second? Yeah, look. Arsenal haven't even played yet, and Arsenal are already second. Oh, good. It's just funny. I shouldn't laugh, but I can't help myself. Yeah. Perpetually second. Even second when they haven't kicked the ball. SH says, Slot put me through every emotion possible in that game. I think you're right. I do like his grey jacket. It looks very fancy. But yeah, especially towards the end there, I was like... yeah. Especially through the end, I was getting proper anxious. We should buy a 6'9" striker. It'll go well with the 6'5" striker. Yeah, literally. that's kind of why I paused. They were second before the season started. Bournemouth were first. Perpetually second. SH says, back on the top of the league where we belong. Yeah, hopefully we never move from here. That would be nice. Amy says, that was an emotional first game for the boys. Now we go back to getting the graft on. Yeah, I think the next game, I think it's in a while, Like it's a while away. Click the wrong thing, sorry. The next game is Monday 25th of August. That's like 10 days. That's like a while. Salah is emotional. Yeah, he does look emotional. He's crying. Yeah, he's crying coming off the pitch. Oh, as Durwood has said there, Salah is crying and it's breaking me. Yeah, especially when it's somebody who you don't kind of see crying much. Kyle Hudlund is the next Peter Crouch. Can he do the robot? That is a fan just kind of shook hands with the fan next to him and left. That's so random. Like did he like meet someone on the day and said good day, goodbye. Next Monday, Newcastle away. Yeah, like next Monday in 10 days. That's a long time. It's a good thing we've got a couple of other games to keep us occupied. Yeah, Jenny mentioned there about Bournemouth in talks to sign Ben Doak. I like Ben Doak. I don't want him to go. I understand why he's going. Like we paid 500,000, and we're getting 25 million. But it's I'd rather keep him. Sunderland underdogs. The funny thing as well, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like when we went 2-2, when it was 2-2, all these randoms started appearing, like trying to make fun of the fact, and then when we scored 3-2, they all disappeared. It's like, okay, fair enough. Jenny does like me. It's just football banter. That's good to know. I like you as well, Jenny. I appreciate you. I'll always remember your predictions, where you predicted the result of the final the day before. Jenny's got a question for Amy and Liverpool fans. You're not worried about your defence, please say. From my perspective, tactically a little. I can't lie. Tactically a little. Because this is not a one-off. This same thing happened in the Community Shield, and also the same thing happened in pre-season. I don't know if it's like purely just a defense thing. It could be because there's new players in the team and tactically the setups are a bit different now. I'd say like if worried is like an extreme example, but I'd say I am a bit concerned. How's Salah crying when he's in front of me with the white hat? That is true. Well, this is the good looking version, or maybe that's the good looking version. Kyle Hudlin went to Vietnam where the average height is 5'7" and he's like 10'6". That's just cheating. SH says, see you the next game, mate. Yeah, see you too. Take care. David says you can hear him crying in Turin. Certainly can. They must have located seats. Could be. Hope there's. Oh yeah, there's gonna need to be. Apparently, Isak was advised not to go to the city centre alone. That's how kind of volatile that situation has gotten. But yeah, that was a bit of a roller coaster, that game. Alfie says that Chiesa is a baller. I'm just glad and kind of happy to see him get a bit of a chance now. He does have quality. When Gravenberch comes back, we'll be able to keep back three. Oh, so you think when Gravenberch comes back, he'll kind of drop into the back, like he'll drop in between kind of Konate and Van Dijk, so you'll have like three there. That could happen, yeah. That would give a bit more reassurance. Hugo says Chiesa turning into his prime Juventus self. Let's hope so. I wouldn't mind that. Gakpo and Hugo are similar heights. CMA says you play Premier League fantasy. Play would be an exaggeration. Like I've created a team because Pixel, who was in the chat the other day, wanted me to create a team. So like I've created a team, but like I'm not gonna like maintain it and do all that, you know, purely from a time perspective. But I do have a team, so it's probably gonna finish the bottom of the league. But you know, what can you say? Alisson, Kirkes, Van Dijk, Konate, Frimpong, Gravenberch, McAllister, Wirtz, Gakpo. Yeah, that would be a kind of top. That would be That would be a good team. That would be a good team. When Gravenberch comes back, will allow Kirkes and Frimpong to push up, and he will stay halfway. Yeah. So you think he'll kind of drop into the defense. I think we do need to do something like that, because I think just having Van Dijk and Konate there, if you've got kind of fast players around you, you're open to risk. Gravenberch or Caicedo, both are very good. I think for Liverpool's system, I think for Arne Slot's system, Gravenberch, but for Jurgen Klopp's system, Caicedo. CMA got 44 points for the first game. I'll have a look what I got. I don't know. Let me see if I can log in. If you're like a seasoned player, I wouldn't. Oh, I need to use another browser. You would have gotten a lot more than I would have. If I could get 20, I don't know, maybe that would be good. Oh, this damn thing, it hasn't saved. It hasn't saved my password, but let me just have a... Not that I will play this, but I just want some sort of barometer. I'm on 0 points. How does that work? Where do I go? I got 7 points. What can you do? I got 7 points, and those 7 points were entirely from Salah. Fair enough. It is what it is. Delwood says dinner time. Good night. Take care, Delwood. See you soon. Jenny says Man City are exploring a possible move for Rodrigo, while PSG have made Donnarumma available for a price. What do you think of this, mate? I think if you can get them, I think they'd be fantastic signings. And I think they make Man City stronger. I know you bought Trafford, but I think if you can get Donnarumma, you'd probably have Donnarumma as your first keeper and Trafford as your backup. And that's two kind of amazing keepers. And yeah, Rodrigo's world class. Would he play in Marmoush's position, or would you kind of shuffle them around? But yeah, having like a front line of Haaland, Rodrigo, Marmoush in there. Man City will be dangerous. Worth and Sabazlai can switch in and out. Yeah, I think we saw a bit of that at the end. 6'11" goalkeeper. I mean, he can just. Would you just get him just to lie down? If he could just lie down and then move his arm like a clock, he'd probably save quite a few shots. They're just replaying the goals. But anyway, good win. Oh yeah, did you see the announcement where the guy called Dillian White the baby snatcher? Have you seen that? You know he's the body snatcher, right? And the guy's doing the announcement and he's like, Dillian, the baby snatcher White. Search for it on YouTube if you haven't seen it. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. They're calling him the baby snatcher. But yeah, I will be watching that. There's UFC also tomorrow, but this is on at a more suitable time because it's in Saudi, isn't it? So yeah, Itama will probably win. Itama is looking like the next big thing from Slovenia. But yeah, I'm excited. I haven't made a note to watch that tomorrow, so I don't forget. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. There's UFC as well tomorrow, but I I don't even try staying awake at that time. So I just sometimes watch that on the Sunday. Sometimes watch that on Sunday morning. Oh, your Milos Kirkes. Yeah. You were chicken, mushroom and sweet corn pizza. Is that the one? Have I remembered that correctly? I think I have remembered. Yeah, see, I got a good memory with certain things. I'm not good with birthdays, so if you tell me your birthday, I won't remember that. But if it's like food related or football related, I will remember. Itama is the real deal, says Jenny. Yeah, his last fight a couple of months ago, was it against like Benson or somebody? He looked dangerous, man. He's very quick, very good footwork, very powerful. Like he's being like hyped up as like the next thing. I'm excited to watch him. I'm excited to see how he does. Yeah, Kanata needs to wake up for the next game. Ekatika is doing an interview. I really like the hoodie, like the Liverpool hoodie that they wear. That's really nice. Who's stronger in a fight, Lukaku versus Kanata? Probably Kanata, because I think you need a certain amount of athleticism in a fight. Lukaku's probably stronger. Like Lukaku can probably deadlift more or kind of shoulder press more. But in a fight, probably Kanata. All things equal, like if Lukaku bench 100 kg at 15, I'm not surprised. Do you think you would have won 4-2 if you'd been playing like Chelsea or Man City or Arsenal back when it was 2-2? Well, certainly not playing like Arsenal, because I think Arsenal tend to go a bit too defensive. Playing like Man City do go on the attack, and I think Chelsea also do go forward. So playing as the first two maybe. But anyway, I just noticed it's 10:15. So I better go. Not that it's past my bedtime, because I don't have a bedtime. But I'll probably be back tomorrow. Man City versus Wolves game. That's the one that I've picked. I think it's at like 5:30 tomorrow. So I'll probably be back then. Good win. That it was shaky at the back. It was shaky. And the thing is, like, this isn't the first time it's looked shaky. It looked shaky in the last game versus Palace, and it looked shaky in pre-season, so they need to sort that out. Reminder for the Bowie. I watched it at half time. It was really good. The ball just kind of bounced to him and he kind of volleyed it. He's halfway between the box and the halfway line, so he's really far out. And kind of lobbed the keeper. Yeah, 5:30. Yeah, Man City. Yeah, I'll be back for that tomorrow. It is rewatchable, to be fair. I'll probably see it scrolling somewhere, and it'll probably come up. Jenny says, "Are you going to bed now? Are you going to let the baby snatcher, Dillian White, for you to bed?" That is funny things always happen with Dillian White. Like, you remember the Derek Chisora. When Chisora said, "I'm gonna go through him like laxatives," but I'm not gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go for a walk outside, because I have to go for a walk every day, and it's too hot during the day. So I go now where I look like a madman. People think I'm trying to break into houses. I'm like, no, I'm just going for a walk. Don't worry about me. Jota made us win. Finley says, "Think you'd use desperate for some depth." Yeah, especially at the back. Hugo Ekatike, aka Milos Kirkes, aka Chicken Mushroom and Sweet Corn Pizza, says, "Be safe, man." Appreciate that. Take care, guys. Hope you have a nice evening. Be back tomorrow. And yeah, see you guys soon. Take care. Cheers.